Before this video begins, I wanted to say yes. I know Death Meat just released his Benny Loves You kill count, but this video's been planned for a while. Also this. Thanks, James. With that out of the way, let's get to the video. Hi, I'm Van, and you're watching The Kill Count, a series where we count the kills in the good, bad, and the ugly of horror. Today, as requested by you, we'll be taking a look at 2019's Benny Loves You, a movie about the horror that ensues when you throw away your childhood toys. Be sure to like and subscribe, and with that out of the way, it's time to watch people die.
It's time to watch people die!
The first kill of the movie happens when a spoiled little girl's teddy bear comes to life. The girl, because she's just a little shit, doesn't get any sympathy from Mom, who thinks she's acting up as usual when she's screaming. As Mom storms in, smacks the stupid out of her face, she puts the bear in her bed, and the bear pulls her in a box. As we're being introduced to the main character Jack, who's 35 years old, tried giving children AIDS for Christmas, and still lives at home like a 10-year-old, his parents set up a surprise party. And while doing so, his dad slips on one of his 35-year-old's toy cars. And this results in the mom tripping and falling face first onto some toothpicks. Jack, after getting demoted, does his best to try to be more serious and professional, but all he can manage to come up with for the toy company is writing the word piss, then taking a nap. Waking up, he crawls into bed for a proper sleep and discovers Benny loves him so much that he left him a surprise. After disposing of the beheaded guy's body, Jack finds Benny, and after agreeing not to kill anyone else, they become friends, with Benny inspiring Jack's idea of a killer-themed plushie line. And Benny is a killer plushie himself after all, so during a happy little montage when Benny finds a cat, things do not end well.
Beautiful, yes. No!
While Jack's at work getting a date from a co-worker and a pet sitting job, an ex of his and a realtor head into his place. Unfortunately for them though, Benny's home. After seeing "Get out, babes" written on a wall, the woman attempts to leave, and as the realtor tries to convince her to stay, Benny drives a "for sale" sign through his back.
Just something to do with maybe the furniture. Anything you like it. I mean, everything's for sale.
Date night has begun, and although Jack locked Benny in the basement and he promised to stay put, Benny is a bad friend and doesn't give a flying shit what Jack wants. Managing to escape the basement, Benny finds a trusty dusty hammer. Correction, not a hammer, it was a hatchet, and upon getting upstairs makes quick work of the boss's dog. Never underestimate the ability of a killer toy in a horror movie. Somehow, Benny, the little plush fluffy rabbit guy, captured and tied up Jack's former boss. But oh well, Jack attempts to make the most of it, trying to get his job back and humiliate the guy. And just as the boss says he likes being dominated by him, Benny sinks a weapon into his throat.
I love being your bitch.
Benny then stalks Jack's love interest to work and gets in the hands of Richard. Jack, who realized what was going on, based on signs Benny left around the house, rushes to work in time to save them, and in the process traps Benny in a room with 10 innocent people, and we sure ain't gonna see them again. While Jack does next to nothing and the chick runs from a killer doll, an evil robot stabs Richard in the gut. And while he's clenching his wound and whining, the robot grabs a vacuum, turns it on, and sucks his guts. Escaping from the house, avoiding death at the hands of Jack, Benny attempts to make a run for it, but the police open fire. Benny's body gets riddled with bullets, and he's only taken out after a shot to the head. Sure, the credits have rolled by now and the movie's over, but let's check in on the attic girl. Let's see how she's holding up. There you have it. That's been all the kills in 2019's Benny Loves You. Now let's get to the awards. The bronze kitchen knife for worst kill goes to the cat, who was yanked off screen to face a pretty lame death. The silver hockey mask for best kill goes to Richard, who got shanked in the stomach and had his organs sucked out with a vacuum. And finally, the golden frank for most memorable kill goes to Benny. Rest in peace, little guy.
Benny loves.
What the fuck was that?
In the end, Benny Loves You 2019 has a total of 21 kills. 20 depending on if Benny is really dead, but we don't see him pop up again, so probably. Be sure to let us know what your favorite one was down in the comments below. And while you're down there, if you've seen the movie, we'd love to hear your thoughts on it too. If you like me and want to support what I do, consider becoming a channel member or patron over on Patreon. Both grant exclusive perks like early access to new videos. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you back here again with more